Hello guys, and welcome to a fun little video. We're going to be doing a tag today, which I have on my phone, and I'll try to remember to link the questions down below. Basically, I was wanting to do some sort of tag. I've only done one before, and I was like, it's time. Let's do another. So I found this one, and I thought it was a super fun concept, and this is going to be the ABC tag. And we're going to start things off strong with I tag you. You. So whether you make a video and you send me the link, you comment down below and answer all the questions, I want to know the tea, okay? This was really fun to go through and do, and I'm excited to see what your responses would be. So the first question is the author you have read the most from. So I went onto my story graph and I did all time and I scrolled down to the authors. And because last year I did do a good old Junie B. Jones reread, Miss Barbara Parks was my top author, but we're gonna go with not that because that's kind of like fake. Because that was just because I was doing a little challenge last year. So we will go over the two that are the actual top two. My number one top author that I've read the most books from is not surprising to me, and that is Ellen Hopkins. Ellen Hopkins writes books that are about really dark topics, so make sure you check trigger warnings. There is a lot of things dealing with self-harm, substance abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, all sorts of things that you would need trigger warnings for, which ironically I read these all in high school. So what does that tell you about me? These are like a lot. I have the like originally published ones, which are like these short, like littler books. I have a couple newer books by her that are like regular size, but these are the ones that I have, so they're quite chunky. But another interesting thing about her books is they are all, not all, but predominantly her books are written in verse. So even though they are quite long, they are pretty quick reads because there's not a lot of text per page. But this is the first book I ever read by her, and it is about these two twin sisters. So I do recommend check the trigger warnings, but she is number one, and then it's actually not even like a particularly close race, but I wanted to throw in my number two as well, which is Riley Sager. It would be higher, but I've read all of his thriller books he's written. This is the most recent one, Middle of the Night. I gave this 4 stars. It's kind of a middle of the road book of his, in my opinion, but honestly, it was one of the easiest ones to pull off the shelf because of where it was located, and I do love the green cover, and this is actually a signed copy, which is super duper cool. And this is his first book that was about a male protagonist. So those are the authors that I have read the most from. Moving into letter B, this is the best sequel you have read, and this one was not even hard for me. I immediately knew that it was Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. This is book 2 in the Part of Your World trilogy. My order of love for them is 2, 3, 1. I liked the first one. I gave it 4 stars. The third one is a 5-star, and this is like a 6-star read for me personally. This is about our main character, Brianna. She is a doctor, as well as the male in this book. His name is Jacob, and basically they fall in love, you know? There's a lot of good anxiety representation in this, and I just loved it. I think I read it also at the perfect time, and it was very hard-hitting. Love, love, love that. My current read is Harry Potter, as well as I'm going to be starting I did for the first time ever get one of the like Amazon first picks or whatever that nonsense is called. And the book I picked, I gotta go look up the title again, is If Tomorrow Never Comes by Allison Ashley. It said that it, like on Amazon, it said for lovers of Abby Jimenez and Sarah Adams, and I love both of them. So we do have that, but I am also starting this. I'm gonna try to read this all today. It's like obviously a kid's book, so it shouldn't be too difficult, but fuck JK Rowling, that is my current read, I must admit. Letter D is your drink of choice when you are reading, and I have to tell you guys, I'm part of the issue when it comes to Diet Coke enthusiasts. So that's my drink of choice always. So Diet Coke, preferably fountain from McDonald's, but I will take any form, truly, as well as I guess probably second to that would just be water. Those are pretty much the only things I drink. Physical book or e-reader. I will admit I do love, where did my Kindle even go? Cynthia, where are you? Bitch. Oh, there she is. She was hiding. This is Cynthia, my Kindle. I call her Cindy, my Kindy, or Cynthia. She's really cutesy. She's got a pop socket on her, but she's got some cutie stickers. They got a Diet Coke, a cannoli, a taco, some Chippendale corn, Zuko, McDonald's Diet Coke, and chapstick. And I mainly read on my Kindle, but I also typically, then if I like the book, buy it physically. This one's quite embarrassing. It is, which book boy would you have dated in high school? And so I have like 3 types of boys. I'm married to one of these types. Actually, 2 of these types combined. The 2 best types. I have 3 types. The first type that I have is like a musical boy, a musician, plays instruments type of boy. I've not read any books where like the male protagonist plays an instrument. I do have Another Love Song, which I know the guy plays like in the orchestra in that, I believe. I haven't read it though, but I'm assuming he would probably fit the stereotype. Next, I'm going to go with Nathan from Dungeons and Drama because I love me a nerdy boy. And then, Andrea, this one's for you if you're watching, because I love me a tragic douchebag, has a horrible backstory, unavailable type of man, so we've got Joey Lynch. We just do. I wish I didn't, but I do. If you know, you know, but here he is. Moving on. A book I am glad I gave a chance. We have got 2, technically. The first one I'm going to say is Fourth Wing. I did not love this book. I gave it 3 stars. I thought it was fine. I'm not mad that I read it. But the reason I'm saying I'm glad I gave it a chance is this is very outside my comfort zone. I don't typically read fantasy or romantasy, and it's not something I would have ever picked. I read it because me and my bestie girl were reading each other's favorite reads of the year, so I read this book, and I'm glad that I did so I can have an opinion on it and know what people are talking about, even if I didn't love it. And then another book I'm glad I gave a chance is The Last Chance Library by Freya Sampson, because I absolutely ate up everything about this book. Love it, love it, love it. A 1,000,000-star read. Love her. Love her. Next, we are moving into H, Hidden Gem Book. Last Chance Library again. This book is about our girl June Jones, and she is a librarian in England, and it's basically about her and all the townsfolk coming together to save the library, and it made me sob. And then another one is going to be One Italian Summer by Rebecca Searle. She is a underrated magical realism, pulls at all of your heartstrings author, and I loved this book and sobbed while I read it in Italy. So it was like also read it at the perfect time. It was so good. So good. An important reading moment in your life. This one, The Simple Wilds by K.A. Tucker. This is the book that got me back into reading in 2022 as like an adult. I read as a kid. Then I took a break because nothing's cool when you're in middle school. And then I read as a high schooler, and then life got in the way. And then I read as an adult, and then life got in the way some more, and now I'm back to it. And it started with this book. This book is about our main girl, Calla, and her dad is dying, and he lives in Alaska, and she has not really seen him at all in her life. And this is kind of like her last chance to make amends with her dad. So she flies to Alaska where she meets Jonah, a pilot, and it's about her coming to terms with what's going on with her dad, rebuilding a relationship while falling in love, and love it. Live, laugh, love. A book I just finished, First Time Caller, literally like 2 hours ago, and I gave it 4 stars. There is a video up. I don't know which one's gonna be up first, this or that, but it is me reading my book club pick. Book club is always linked down below if you want to join. The kinds of books that I won't read is for K. I won't really read fantasy, especially high fantasy. It's just like a no from me. And anything gory. I do love thrillers and horror, but I can't do body horror or like super bloody things because I will simply pass out. Okay. L is for the longest book I have read, and that is going to be going to Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. These books are ginormous. This edition is like only 600 pages. However, look at the text in this book. It's all the way to the edges and it's microscopic, and literally every edition besides these like US flippity floppity ones, it's like an 800 page book. But regardless, either way, it's Keeping 13. I have not read Redeeming 6 yet, but that one's even bigger. A book that gave me a major book hangover. I don't really get book hangovers, but one book that really sticks out to me is All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. I absolutely loved this book and have not been able to shut up about it. It was my first book of the year and I loved it. We've got our main girl, Aurora, and she's moving back to like where she used to live as a child, stepping into her mother's footsteps because her mom disappeared when she was a kid, and she's renting out a like little apartment above this family's garage, only the homeowner did not know that she was moving in, and it's all of this drama. It's a super slow burn romance where they don't even kiss till like 80% in the book, and I loved every second of it. Number of bookcases I own, this, you can see, here's the split in half here. There's 2 here, 3 over there, so 5 total. One book that I've read multiple times, Harry Potter. I've read it a million times. Next up is P, preferred place to read. My bad. I pretty much only read in bed, or like if I'm traveling on the airplane. I don't read on the couch, I don't read outside, I read in my bed. Simply. Q, quote that inspires you. So for this, I did bring out my book journal. She's very cutesy, very fabulous. I'm loving how she's turning out this year. I do have videos of doing my book journal. So I thought we could go over like a couple quotes that really stood out to me. One of them comes from The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead, and it says, there would never be another antagonist more insidious than her own mind. And then from All Roads Lead Here, the people we lose take a part of us with them, but they leave a part of themselves within us too. Literally makes me want to cry. What am I looking for? I was looking for something specific, but now I have to flip through to find it. From Before You Found Me, I promised you'd always be more important. Your mother. When I took you that night in that hotel room, I said to her, please don't worry about him. I'll keep him safe. I'll always put him first. Always. I cry thinking about it, honestly. In P.S. I Hate You, this is the goodbye letter. Literally took me off the edge. Abby Jimenez, Just for the Summer. I felt myself get small. I got so small I vanished. It was catastrophic. A total decimation. A detachment like I'd never experienced. I folded into myself tighter and tinier than I ever thought, and I was done. I got smaller still. There was no room for anyone. Not Maddie, not Justin, no one. I didn't want anyone near me. I didn't want anyone to know me. I wanted to be on the island. I wanted to be alone and untouchable, to never rely on anyone or love anyone or let anyone love me, because this is what you get. This is what love gets you. My heart shut off. And then be glad you don't get it. It means your life has been a lot gentler than hers. And another really good one that was repeated a lot in that book is, if in a world where you can choose anger or empathy, always choose empathy. Yeah, but those are probably some of my top quotes for this year. Moving on. R, a reading regret is not DNFing more books. Like, I should not be having 1-2-star reads. If I don't like a book by like 40%, I'm not gonna like it. So like, just stop. The life's too short. I literally am gonna die before I get through my TBR as is. So why am I wasting extra time on books I'm not even liking? I don't get it. A series that I need to finish. There are plenty, starting with Boys of Tommen. We have 2 books to go in that series. We have got the It Happened in Charleston series. I have 1 more book left in this series. We have got the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I've got 2 books left to read in this series. We have got the Avatar Chronicles. I've got 2 more books left to read in this series. We've got the When in Rome series. I have 1 more book to read in this series, and those were just the ones I came up with off the top of the dome. Off the top of the dome. My 3 favorite books of all time. This was really hard, but here they are. Boom, here they are. Take a peek, take a screenshot. We've got The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich, Hidden Pictures by Jason Rucklick, and The Only One Left by Riley Sager, and this is also a signed copy. Super cool, super fun. Unapologetic fangirl for this book. Here it is. My roommate is a vampire. Everybody hates this book. It has horrible ratings on Goodreads, and I ate it up. I read almost this entire book at a hair appointment, and I was giggling, loving it. Amazing. A very excited release for this year. Of course, I'm gonna have to say With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I'm always excited for his new releases, and this one is like a more, I think it's like historical, and it's like on a train, so that's pretty cool. My W is for my worst book habit, is starting too many series and then waiting like 6 months to continue it. Just finish it, Hannah, please. As well as, again, not DNFing books, and I know I'm not gonna like them. X is so stupid. It says X marks the spot. This is what it said. Count out to the 24th, because X is the 24th letter in the alphabet, book on your shelf starting from the left, and tell us what it is. Should I just start from where you guys can see, or should I start all the way on the left? We'll go on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 21, 22, 23, 24. It's this one. Every last word. I'm not pulling it out. Why is your latest purchase? And that is this one, The Wives by Taryn Fisher. Was purchased off of a booktube recommendation. And then finally Z Snatcher, the book that kept you up late at night. Honestly, all of them, because I am a nighttime reader. I have a really hard time focusing on books during the daytime. I don't know what it is, but at night, speed right through them. I'm also a night owl and I work for myself, so my sleep schedule is like I'm up till 3 o'clock in the morning most days. But one recently that I was like, I can't go to bed, is Before You Found Me by Brooke Bayfuss. This book is criminally underrated, but it has about 8,000 triggers. So check your trigger warnings, and if you can handle them, pick her up. And I literally can't say anything about this book because I feel like everything about it is a spoiler. Don't even read the back. Just go into it, check the trigger warnings. If you can handle it, get going on it because it's so good. Thank you guys so much. I've got to go put all these books away now. I literally started pulling them out and I was like, oh, it's not going to be too many, and then it was a million. Help. But I will see you guys next time.